I'll put in the comments a Spotify playlist you can use if you wish. I'm going to come back up here. Now let's just see what the situation is. See, look at this. If I stay all the way back here, oh my gosh. Let's back this up a little bit more. This is not the way I wanted to start my day, I gotta tell you, by having a whole bunch of problems. All right, so we're gonna get started. Again, I apologize that we're a little bit behind schedule. You can blame Facebook for that. Before we get started, though, let me just bring up my phone here. The town of Kentville is participating in the Community Better Challenge this month through participation. So they would like for you to comment on the video if you are doing the workout with me. Just say, I'm doing the workout or something like that, and they're going to come in afterwards, after 24 hours, and count all of the people so that they can count your minutes, because that's what they're tracking is movement minutes. So if you're participating in the class this morning, just leave a comment that says, I'm participating, and they will be able to use those minutes. If you are actually participating themselves and tracking through the participation app, then you don't need to comment, but I'm guessing that most people are not doing that. So, welcome. Hello. all sorts of stuff happening here this morning. Let's go back. This is one case where if I was a little bit shorter, there'd be less of a problem. I really don't know what Facebook is going through. But let's go to a heel dig, heel and heel. And we'll add a bicep curl. And what I think we'll do is we'll do a bit more seated stuff today, because I want to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. And right now I am on top of the door. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best. Four, three, two, let's bring both arms together. You know, technology just likes to keep things fresh and fun. Fresh and fun. Let's stand nice and tall, abs engaged. And we're going to take this out, reach out, reach out. This sort of reminds me, honestly, of last year when we didn't know what we were doing. But at this point, like, I feel pretty proficient at teaching live classes over the internet. Let's take it to the front. We push, push. And march. Let's glue down our heels. We'll tap our toes. So again, if you're here participating in this class, leave a comment saying that you're participating, and the town of Kentville, they'll be in later to count up those participation points. Four, three, two, and march. All this kerfuffle, I didn't even have a chance to get my peppermint. That's how crazy this was. Let's do a step touch. Step together, step together. And as usual, I generally can't see any comments until the video is over. So if you're saying hi, hi back. I'll reply after class. Four, three, two, let's do a hamstring curl. and then a knee lift. Reminder, if you're not using that Spotify playlist I put in the comments, put some music of some sort on, either radio, TV, or in another window on your computer or tablet. It really makes it a lot more fun. And march. We're going to do 3 marches, 1 tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. On that tap, let's add a clap. Clap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more, 2 more, 2 more, then march. Let's take it a little wider as I pull up my pants. Bring it in. And out. Bring it in. And out. And in. And out. 4, 3, 2, we're going to add a reach. We reach and reach. Let's take it across the front. And march. All right, I'm going to grab a drink. I'm going to get that peppermint that I didn't have before. Just remind you, if you're participating live, oh look, I can see some people. Hi Bethany, hi Ellen. Oh man, what a morning. Was Facebook trying to foil me this morning by zooming everything in? I don't appreciate it. Got to get my pink peppermint. Look, it's like I don't have a head. All very weird. I'm just going to take 2 seconds and come see if they've added some new weird setting that zooms you in. Polls, edit stream. Well, there's nothing there. No, it just seems to be it's ridiculous, guys. I don't know what its problem is at all. Anyway, whatever. Okay, let's come back. I'll come all the way back over here. So I'm going to move my chair. Things I didn't have time to do when I was panicking. We're going to glue down one foot, and we're going to step out to the side, shifting your weight, stepping back in. We step out and in. Whole purpose of this exercise is to practice shifting your weight. So it's not very exciting, I know. Not as exciting as tomorrow's going to be when I can go to Dollarama for some non-essential items that I've been wanting for a month. I realize I could have probably gone, but then let's switch sides, stepping out and in, trying to keep your toes all pointing forward. Happy June 1st, by the way. I gotta come up with things to say, so it's not just silence. There's 2 cats in this room, currently asleep, but I'm sure they'll surface at some point. One more time. And then I'm going to turn to the side. We're coming back to that first leg. You're going to step forward and back. And then we're going to combine the two. So you're going to come forward, shifting your weight forward, to the side, back, and together. Forward, to the side, back, and together. One more time. And then let's switch sides. So I'm going to turn around. We're going to start just forward and back. So something I can tell you is last week I set up a new section on my virtual studio where I put all of these low impact classes that we've recorded, totally free. You just have to set up a free account on my virtual studio if you don't have one already, and then you can easily find all of the low impact classes I've recorded. Virtual studio is at welluniversity.ca, WELL University. I'll try to remember to add the link as well, but just thought it would make it easier for people to find all of them instead of having to comb through Facebook or YouTube. And then let's combine the two. So we come forward, to the side, back, together. Again, I know this is not exciting. It is so, so important. Keeping that muscle memory nice and elastic so that when we have to get out of the way for something, we automatically shift our weight. Something that we lose as we get older if we don't practice it. So the more we practice it, regardless of our age, the better off we're going to be. Let's do two more. Last one. And then let's march. So my floor is coming apart. So as I said earlier, we're going to do a bit of a different class today just because of this whole zoomed in situation. So I think we're going to do some stationary exercises where you don't necessarily have to see my footwork so much. I think that's probably the best. So I'm going to suggest you grab a support, which can absolutely be a wall, it can be your coach, it can be a chair, it can be anything like that, and have it for support. We're going to stand behind the chair. I'm going to move mine, so you're going to pretend that I've got my chair right here. Feet are hip width apart, fingertips just gently on the chair for support. You're going to sit back, sitting back and coming up. So if I turn to the side, I'm sitting my bum back. Notice my knees staying in line with my ankles. So we exhale, come down, inhale, stand up. If I bring my chair here, looks like this. Exhale and inhale. Really important. We sit back, weight is in our heels, and then it goes up the inside of our foot, and we press into our big toe. Heels and big toe. How low you go is up to you. Maybe this is your squat today, and if so, that's perfect. Our goal is to get moving, get our heart rate increased, get some lymphatic movement. Remember, our lymphatic system doesn't have its own pump. Like our heart pumps our blood through our body. The lymphatic system needs to be stimulated to move and to drain. Exercise is a great way to stimulate. do 2 more. Last one. Come on up. Let's see. Let's stand on one foot. A little bend in the knee. Let's bring that other foot behind. Staying nice and tall, abs engaged. We're just going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Notice I'm keeping a bend in my knee. Shoulders relaxed. It's not a big movement. I'm not doing this. Little. Just little. Think about glutes. Little. Little. While we're working this leg, we're also working our standing leg because it's a weight-bearing exercise, right? So good for the bones. Keep your core engaged. We lift and lower. 4, 3, 2. You stay right where you are. I'm going to turn because we're going to come out to the side. We lift. Lift. Again, look how small that movement really is. It's not this big move. Whew. That was taxing after last night. Lift. Lift. How's that standing leg? Is it getting a little tired? Weight bearing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's step back into a low back stretch before we switch sides. Little bend in your knees. Oh, here comes Rose. Hi. Hi. You want to leave? She's like, no. In fact, I do not want to leave. All right, let's come back to our chair or support. Weight in the opposite leg. Little bend in the knee. We're going to lift up and down. We lift. We lift. And lift. So I've been very lucky for the Monday night classes. I've been doing those special ones. Last night was NSYNC and Justin Timberlake night. I haven't had any cat interference until last night. Rose had to come in, but just for the last few minutes, and she was not terribly disruptive, thankfully. Actually, the previous 2 weeks, Clara had been in the room, but sound asleep. So I can have music blasting, jumping around like a lunatic. The cat doesn't even wake up. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you stay where you are. Again, I'm coming to the side, just so you have that visual. Lifting out. You trying to get me? I don't know if you can see that. She's she's coming for me. Let's do 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and then stepping back. We're going to step in. Now, we're going to do an exercise that we haven't done in quite some time. If you regularly come to my classes, I sort of forgot it existed. This is going to take just a moment of prep. So, if you have a nice thick dictionary or something like that, you can grab that. Otherwise, you can do this without anything. I'm going to use a couple yoga blocks. If you have a couple yoga blocks, or if you have steps nearby, you could use those. I'm going to show you both ways. So if you have something that you can stand on, maybe even a little step stool, although it's going to be a little bit tall, but you could use a step stool. You're going to stand on it with one foot, other foot's hanging off the edge. You're going to bend this knee until that foot comes just to the floor, step back up. So it's just action through that leg that's standing on the object. Now, if you're standing on a step stool or something that's more than, 3 or 4 inches tall, you're not going to go all the way to the floor. You're just going to go down a couple inches and back up. If you don't have anything, all you're going to do is bring your foot in front. So if I turn to the side, foot is in front, like this. Working on quadriceps strength. So if you don't have anything, just extend the opposite leg in front of you. And as you can see, as I bend that standing knee, my heel comes down and touches. That's how I know it's time to stand back up. Or if you have something nice and sturdy to stand on, we're going to do a few more. We're going to stay on this side a little bit longer than we will on the opposite, because I'm going to assume that it took you a minute or so, not a literal minute, a few moments to get set up. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if you're standing on something, you're going to step off of it. You're going to bring that foot forward and come into a hamstring stretch. And then bring the leg in. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So if you did have something to stand on, you're just going to move it over so you can put the other foot on it. And if you don't, just bring that foot forward. Bend and straighten. They're really good for leg strength. I know you can feel it. Regardless of what version you're doing, they all are very effective. And I do want you to hold on to something, because I don't want you to be worrying about balance. I want you to be able to focus on the leg. Someone's got an itchy ear. Exhale, inhale. Whew. 4 more. Last one. And let's come on down. Leg that was holding your weight sits back, hamstring stretch. And then I'm going to give you a moment. If you did have something that you were standing on, you can move that to the side. You can get a drink. I need to blow my nose quickly, so. All right. Hey, Pam. Hi, Marie. Hi, Julie. Oh, because you couldn't find me? No, you weren't doing anything wrong. Facebook. Facebook was doing things wrong. I don't know how it can zoom in on a camera that doesn't have a zoom in. I don't understand. Anyway, what we were just about to do. Brain. Oh, okay. So we are going to go to a wall, or if you don't have a wall nearby, you can be freestanding. And we're going to do our shoulder rotations. So bringing our arms up to about shoulder level. We rotate back and lower. We rotate and lower. So if you don't have a wall, you can do this in front or just standing. I'll come here for a second. We rotate back and lower. Now what I want you to notice is that I'm not using my wrists. Okay, we're just keeping the wrists neutral. And lower. We lift and lower. We're going to do this for the rest of the hour. Back. We lift, rotate and lower. And rotate and lower. Hi. One more time. And then we're going to bring the arms back up, but this time we're going to close and open. We close and open. Notice my elbows aren't touching. Squeeze and open. We squeeze and open. We squeeze and open. Look at this. The video is mirrored and I can never sort myself out. I'm really not this, there we go, lopsided in real life. But when you see yourself on camera, look, I've done it again. I can't wrap my head around it. 2 more. Last one. And then we're going to stay open. You're going to do a little pulse back, pulse back, pulse back. It's just little. Pulse back, pulse back, pulse back. Relax your fingers. Pulse back, back, back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms extend and bend. And bend. And bend. And bend. And bend. Let's add a step touch and pick it up a little bit. Now you keep going, keep going. I want you to really think about squeezing that bicep. Squeeze it. The more you think about the muscle group you're working, the more you activate it. Even without weights in our hands, we're getting a good training effect here. I know you're starting to feel your arms. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's close it in. We close, we close, we close. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and march. Rosie, just a second. What are you doing? Oh gosh. Trying to get into trouble, aren't you? All right, we are going to sit down, but before we do, let's go ahead and do a couple standing stretches. Let's step back with one foot into our calf stretch. Relax your shoulders. Muscle is warm, should be more easily stretched. And we'll switch sides. Calf muscle is at the back of the lower leg, so that's where you're hoping to feel a stretch. We'll step in, we'll step back with both. To that low back stretch, keep a bend in your knees. Head is above your heart, ears are above your arms. And we'll step in, and we're going to come into a quadriceps stretch. So you're going to grab a hold of your pant leg, sock, ankle, shoelace, or placing your foot on your chair if those other options aren't accessible for you this morning. Looking for a stretch along the front of the thigh. Make sure there's a bend in that standing leg. And then we'll switch sides, so same thing. Grabbing a hold of the leg, ankle, pant leg, etc. Or placing even your lower leg on the chair works. And we'll bring the leg down. Let's go ahead and have a seat. So I'll back this right up to the wall, so hopefully I'm largely in screen. So we'll sit nice and tall. And we're going to start open and close. Working on some range of motion through our hip primarily. Our ankle might get a little bit of work here, but it's mostly hip. Working external rotation. One more time. And then we're going to do the same sort of thing with our upper body. We're going to give ourselves a little hug and open, but your elbows are staying in close to your sides. Two more. Last one. We'll bring our arms down. Feet come together. You're going to open up at the toes, heels. You're going to go until you can't go any further. You're going to bring it back in. You keep going. What I'm going to do, because we're sitting now, is I'm going to go angle the camera down just a little bit more so that I can be sure that my feet are staying in the frame. So you keep going. You keep going. We'll just bring this down a little pinch. There we go. Beautiful. Well, it's not beautiful, but it's workable. One more time. And then you're going to stay here, tapping your toes, working that anterior tibialis. Four, three, two, one. Then you're actually going to come up onto your tiptoes and you're going to march on your tippy toes. And you're going to take this out wide and back in. Out wide and in. One more time, take it out. This is really working our hip flexors. And back in, and then we're going to do toe tap again. Four, three, two, one. Then we're going to take our hands outside of our knees. We're going to lift up the inside of our shoes without letting those knees move. Strengthening through our ankles. And then making two fists, placing those between your knees. A little bit more space between your feet. You're going to lift up the outside of your foot. Really important, strengthening the foot, the ankle. One more. And then we'll sit back in our chair a little bit. And you're going to do some ankle circles. One direction. And then the other. And then relax your foot, thinking right from where the femur inserts in your hip. You're going to do little rotations. And then we'll bring that leg down. Opposite leg lifts, ankle circles. Switch directions. And then relax your foot right where the femur inserts into the hip. Windshield wiper. and bring the leg down. We're going to come forward in our chair again, extending one leg, doesn't matter which one. Heel comes on the laces. You're going to draw the heel up to your knee and down. We're going to do that 5 times. 2, use your hands to help guide if needed. And then we're going to cross our ankle over our shin. Foot is flexed. That keeps the muscles of the lower leg active, helps protect your knee joint. You can stay right here, but if without using your hands, you can lift that leg above your knee, you can do that. And again, if without using your hands, you can bend that bottom leg in. This is all the same stretch, just different variations of it. So find the one that works for you and do that one. But we really don't want to be pulling on our knee. If you have to do this to get deeper into the stretch, I don't want you to get deeper. I want you to stay where you could get without having to assist. But we're going to stay here for about a minute. If you are in this position like I'm in and you want to have a little bit more stretch, you can take your forearm, place it on your shin and thigh, not on your knee, and you can lean forward a little bit and you'll feel it into your hip. If you're in some of these other ones, you can still lean forward a little bit, but it's going to just put more pressure on that bottom leg. You're not going to get the same benefits. So standing up tall is probably best. And then what we're going to do is switch sides. We're going to extend the leg, heel on the laces. You're going to come up and down 5 times. And then cross the ankle over the shin. Again, if without using your hands, you can come above the knee, go ahead. If without using your hands, you can bend the knee. If you want a little more pressure, use that forearm on your shin and thigh, not on the knee, maybe coming forward a little bit. Try to relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Couple more breaths. All right, let's bring that leg down. Let's reach our arm across, shoulder stretch. If you can rest your chin on your arm is too high. And same thing on the other side. So if you're wondering what the phase 1 reopening means for us, at this point it doesn't mean anything. I expect that when we get to a point where we're allowed to have gatherings of more than 10 outside, I will probably be returning to the park. I don't know. Let's reach back, grab onto the back of your chair, or reach through your fingertips. I have not been told anything, so that's just speculation. But I assume when we're able to get back to in-person, we will. But there's not really much point. If I can only have a class of 9 people, I can reach way more people this way than with a 9-person in-person outside class. So, but it sounds hopeful. It sounds hopeful. Like, I think we'll be back in person this summer. Maybe even this month, just not quite yet. Just not quite yet. Let's do some shoulder rolls. All those people who were begging to be back in the park for the summer, you probably got your wish. Now I want you to make a fist. I want you to grab onto that fist, round through your back, lower your arms a little bit. And the same is true for my evening class. I'm not going to bother trying to set up an outdoor Zumba class. I'm just going to wait until I can go back inside because I stream that class virtually as well, and I don't know how I would do that outside. I don't know where I'd get a good enough internet connection where I could teach 9 people in person and stream the class online. So I'm just going to assume that it will only be a matter of weeks before I can do in person. I'm trying not to make things too complicated on my poor head. All right, let's give those hands a little shake. We're going to sit nice and tall. So I'm at the front of my chair. I'm not leaning back on it. And you're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to start to twist from your belly, then your ribs, then your chest to the side. And you're probably still only going to be looking to the side wall. So we're going to hold here for a couple breaths. I want you to think about lengthening through your spine, just like you've got a string on the top of your head and someone's pulling it. And then very slowly, twisting chest, ribs, then belly, back to front. We're going to stay here for a full inhale and exhale. And then we're going to inhale, and we're going to start to turn the other direction. First belly, then ribs, then chest, then hold. Imagine that string at the top of your head. Someone is lifting it. And then slowly turn back to the front. Chest, ribs, belly, relax. Hands come onto our thighs. Fingers are pointing to one another. We're going to press down and we're going to round up. Pressing down, rounding up. Pressing down, rounding up. One more time. Coming back up, and we're going to do some shoulder rolls. And we're going to lower one ear towards the shoulder, flexing that opposite hand. But we want to keep the shoulder nice and relaxed so you're not hunching it up. Slowly lift into the other side. Make sure I still have battery power. I'm almost out of batteries, so I need to go buy batteries. And I had a dream last night. Obviously, my subconscious was concerned about this because I had a dream last night that I was going to buy batteries, and they were on sale for $9.99. And when they rung them in, they were like $69.99. And I said, "Listen, I'm not buying these batteries. I'm not buying these batteries if this is how much they cost." But they did cost that much, so I didn't buy them. Aren't you glad I told you that story? All right, now instead of just bringing your ear towards the shoulder, you're going to turn your head about, 15 degrees from center, and you're going to lower your ear as though you're trying to bring it closer to your glute. Just relax your jaw. Slowly lift, turn to front, turn the opposite way, reach back. So really important, we're not pinching off the back of our neck at all. We're just getting a little deeper into the side. Slowly lift, turn back, one more time either side. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Slowly lift, turn front, turn lower. Slowly lift, back to front. We're going to do a few shoulder rolls. We're going to let this cat back in. And then we're going to lower our ear towards the shoulder very gently, coming down towards the chest, and then up to the opposite shoulder, gently lowering down, up and around. One more time. And then coming back up. So I'm assuming once again that everybody's been busy doing things like gardening and maybe on reading on tablets, doing work with your hands, whether it's knitting or crocheting or needle, whatever. Almost every activity that we can get involved in. Puzzles, paint by numbers. I got a new paint by numbers. I haven't started it yet. Gets our neck in a bad position. So we are going to do a nice neck release. So you're going to think about think about the tip of your nose as a marker, and you're going to try to draw a sideways figure 8, an infinity sign, if you will, with your nose. You're going to go really slowly. And then you're going to take it in the opposite direction. When you start going the opposite direction, that's when you generally start to feel and hear maybe some little pops and adjustments. This is very gentle. That's why we're doing it slowly. And then come back to neutral. Take a second, rub your palms together, put it over your eyes. I find that those can sort of make your eyes go a little bit crazy. Probably not the best exercise if you have vertigo. And then we're going to do the classic figure 8, still with your nose. You're going nice and slowly. All right, come on then. And then the other direction. Once again, it's usually that second direction where you hear and feel all the things. And then come to neutral once again. Rub your palms together. Palm your eyes. I'm just going to close my eyes so I can keep control of these paws. You might have had some vision there. And then we are going to, I have to put you down. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're going to bring our palms out, palms down. Palms up, bring your elbows in. Oh gosh, I'm unequal again. All right, and then we're going to come into a hamstring stretch. So we're going to extend one leg, keep a bend in that knee, foot is flexed. You're going to reach your arm forward. Now, we're getting close to the end of class here. So I'll remind you once again, if you have been participating in the class today, if you could leave a comment saying, I'm participating or I participated. The town of Kempville is going to come in later and count up all of the people who participated in the class and use it towards their active participation minutes. I don't think that was the right terminology, but I said it at the beginning. You know what I mean. The exercise minutes towards their challenge. Let's switch sides and keep a bend in the knee. Let's reach forward. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't matter that you live in Kempville or not. This video is brought to you by the town of Kempville. So essentially, these participation minutes were done through a Kempville program. Hi. It's really hard to be a house cat. Did you know that? With people who are home all of the time. You're never alone. You get fed 7,000 times a day. A million snuggles. So many grievances this one has. Let's bring the leg in. Let's reach one arm up and over. So getting a nice side body stretch. And to the other side. And come on down. Let's check the time here. Okay. We're going to take each finger, touch to your thumb, making round-ish circles. I am going to come over and sit in front of the camera here. Hello. Good for you, Mary Lou. Yeah, we always have a little purr-vision. A little purr-vision. The same thing, but with straight fingers. And then pointer finger and thumb, pinky finger and thumb, and try to go in opposite directions at the same time. Easier said than done. She's like, if I come over here, is there a way that I can still get involved in this? And then we're going to take, you can see all my crooked fingers from slamming them in car doors when I was a kid. Pointer finger and middle finger, ring finger and pinky finger. The Vulcan sign. And then try to bring your middle finger and your ring finger together. And then you're going to try to go back and forth. Finger dexterity. Very helpful. And then give your hands a little shake. And then we'll take a nice deep breath in. And out. And in. And out. One last time. And friends, we are finished. Our class was a little bit short this morning because of my Facebook problems at the beginning of class. But I hope you still enjoyed your class today. Feel like you got up and you got moving, got some blood flowing. Maybe you feel a little energized for the rest of your day. I will be back Thursday morning with yoga. An all levels class, so whether you're brand new to yoga or not, you can tune in. I feel like we're going to do a big meditation on Thursday. That's what I feel like. So have a wonderful day. If you participated and you haven't left a comment yet, leave a little "I participated." Good job, Julie. I saw that comment just as I said that. Thank you very much. Like I said, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye.